wins power? Is he, will he be able to do it? Is it even necessary for, some of the things that he's saying? Call us and tell us what you think right now. And the first caller is Kofi Bedu. Good morning, Kofi Bedu. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, my good friends.
Yeah.
Also known as Mahama Kandu.
Yeah, Mahama Kandu. Let's hear you, boss.
Yeah, you're right. Please, my good friend over there.
Eugene,
please, when I finish, please take time to clear this rumor that is going on social media that the journalists were given 2,000 and 20,000 and over. It's because if it is not true, then it's a claim on our journalism. Why are they doing that?
No, but Kofi, so those who went for, I was invited for the Mahama and the Alan chairman. Alan has also launched the GTP, right? How much was he giving? Captain Smart was there, so he should tell us how much was also given there.
Captain Smart should be speaking because this is not fair.
Kofi, if you allow me, even it's ridiculous how you even say it. Nobody was given any money. And he says that we bring it out of the envelope, you count it, then you put it. I mean, it clearly tells it's ridiculous. I just want to give oxygen to it.
I don't like this malign and all that. Let me go on to my point, please. This is John Muhammad Ali. He's going to be second John, the second coming of John. So, you see, everything that he has said in this manifesto is not just a word on a piece of paper. It's a people's manifesto. So things that he has said that he's going to do, let us support him that he will do. Look, trust is not automatic. It might be earned, and Muhammad is aware of this. He knows the integrity. He knows that his integrity is at stake. Unlike Bawumia, who has lost trust, integrity, and credibility of Ghanaians. Like this, media encounter that went on, Andy and some of the journalists teach him to the point that he got to a point and say, I'm not aware of this agric sector, that cocoa is some of areas are collapsing. I'm not aware of the health, some areas. Why are you saying that you are not aware of all this?
All right. Thank you very much, Kofi Bedu, for your contributions. The next caller, the next person online is Kofi. Good morning, Kofi. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Let's hear you, boss.
No journalist will go to a function and take solace and will come and sit on radio and say, oh, when I went there, they gave me this. They will always deny, but we know that they take solace anytime they attend any program being organized by politicians. Now, if Domama is saying that he is going to establish women banking purposely to help women, I think it's a laudable thing. You can't compare this to Maslow. Maslow was not targeted at women alone. That is the difference between the women banking and Maslow. Women banking is going to target on the women alone, the women empowerment. But my problem with this banking is this. Domama is saying that the loans that will be given to the women will attract no interest. That is where I have a problem. If they will not pay interest, then how are they going to make profit in order to, give them back the money? So is it going to be the case that every year or every time the government has to look somewhere for money to invest in the bank and then give it to the women without interest? And
I think that there are some elements, if I remember correctly what he said in Winneba, I think that there's an element of interest, but it may not be like what the normal banks are offering. That's what I remember.
Yes, he said the normal banks are giving, I think, 50%, 100%, but this is going to be interest-free loan. That is where I want further and better explanation. Because
okay, I'll get it for you. I'll get it.
All right, thank you for calling. The next person on the line is Emmanuel, and right after that will be Nanakweku. Emmanuel, good morning. Hello, Emmanuel. Hello, Emmanuel.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, Emmanuel?
I'm doing very well.
All right, you are in the studios of Love 99.5 FM right now, so let's hear you, boss.
All right, good morning to you all. I just want to commend you for the fair, what do we call it, way you guys deal with issues. You attack the NPP and also attack the NDC, and where recommendation is needed, you do that, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you very much for your kind words, sir.
One thing that I want that your co-panelists are saying that NDC wants to establish a robust code of conduct to ensure that its ministers follow. And he was saying that we have got code of conduct already, and so there's no need of actually establishing that. But one thing I want him to understand is that Ghana has got a constitution. When you go to institutions, they have got rules and regulations, but people break them, and sometimes people are not, or offenders are not punished. So what the NDC is saying is that when they establish a code of conduct, they are going to make sure that every offender will be dealt with. So when we take the political landscape of Ghana or the political atmosphere, we realize that quite recently some ministers have come out with certain sentiments that needed some sort of rebuttal from eminent people. But we realized that nothing was said. If they were guided by this code of conduct, example, let me mention the name, Brian Champon and even Napo himself, you realize that some of the statements or sentences or whatever they said, they were unsafe. They were very bad. But were they charged for whatever they said? They just said it and went scot-free. When the NDC is saying that when they come to power, they will make sure that all such occurrences will be dealt with diligently.
All right, thank you. So, basically, you are saying that the code of conduct should go beyond just their official duties, and the way they communicate to people should even be looked at. All right, thank you very much, Emmanuel. So the next on the line is Nana Kweku. Good morning, Nana Kweku.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing, boss? Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I must commend Kofi. For once, he's speaking as a nationalist, where he's asking John Mahama proposal for Women's Bank, the interest. Not going to be this politicians saying things just for saying sake. And I'm also going to toe a line of, look, they say they're going to, based on all they are saying, let me give you one, the 10% levy and everything. These things were not done by executive instruments. They were done by legislative instruments, whereby it's parliament. Now let's ask ourselves, what will be the parliamentary composition of the parliament? Is it going to be minority, having more or less, let's say MPP, the presidential being for NDC, and then the parliamentarians being MPP, being the majority in parliament, and this proposal being taken to parliament? Would it see the light of day, just as we saw these things that we all stood, instead of speaking against the e-levy, and then we spoke against it for a year. A whole government administration couldn't get finances to finance projects because the source of finance projects were not done. And this promise also of them saying to give free thing for university students. Let's ask ourselves. Just as this populist thing that is called now, they say those days, whenever there's an increment in petroleum, they say the government has subsidized it. And at the end of the day, the government wouldn't go pay. Then they have to come and set up sinking funds that we still have to pay money to it to go and pay the legacy debts. Is it going to be the same thing that the last month we said that we are going to give free largesse for everybody, and that government's going to spend on it, giving money to these universities, go, and then it's going to be this kind of thing that we all be standing up, and they'll be lying to us, and then at the end of the day, it's going to be a debt. And this taxing thing, the source of funds, let's not kid ourselves as a nation. Every nation needs taxes. Is it going to be that if you don't tax, then it's going to be this boring spree that will go international bonds and taking money left, right, center, and then at the end of the day, we find ourselves in this sinking debt. Let's not kid ourselves. The politicians, we will ask questions. This saying things loud, just like that, we are not going to start for it. In fact, I would say we will speak for myself. I am not.
Thank you very much, Nana Kwaku, for your contribution. But I think most people do understand that we need taxes, but it's just what the taxes are used for that makes a lot of people angry sometimes. Okay, Kwame. Good morning, Kwame.
Good morning, you. Please, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Let's hear you, sir.
The first question I'm asking is, was Galamsey a national issue under John Mahama? Was he able to control Galamsey when he was in power? My answer is no. It's very clear NDC and MPP don't have what it takes to stop Galamsey. They're deceiving us. They don't have what it takes to lead this country. There's enough evidence for that. And I want you, the media, to tell all of us that, yes, these two parties have had their turn and they can't lead us. Eugene, when Kofi came online, he said when you went for the program, you took Solly. But as a journalist, you will not come here and admit it. You kept quiet. You didn't say anything. But when he was talking on President Mohammed's Women's Bank and got the interest issue wrong, you reacted. This confirms what Kofi is saying, that yes, when you went there, you took Solid. But you are not.
Unfortunately, Eugene just stepped out, so he's not here to defend himself. But I can assure you that if there was anything like that, we would have known. So thank you very much for calling, Kwame. The next on the line is Hassan. Hassan, good morning, Hassan.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Let's hear you, boss.
I say good morning to all your panelists.
All right.
It was a beautiful presentation. I believe in whatever President Muhammad says. For one reason, he uses 4 years to do things that somebody cannot even imagine of doing in 8 years. Because the biggest investment in Ghana, Jamama uses 4 years to give us those big investments. The Tuabu gas, the airports, whatever, you can name them. So whatever Jamama says that he's going to implement in his manifesto, alhamdulillah, we are very, very, very welcome with, because we trust him. We believe he can do it. He is the only person that we can put our hands on deck for him. We trust Jamama. And inshallah, he's coming to power to deliver. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hassan. And Hassan was our last caller, and we are going to draw the curtain, right now, and then, prepare